Welcome back for some more factoring fun. Today we're going to talk about the algorithm. The algorithm can be used to factor any polynomial, but it's most helpful when factoring quadratics with an a coefficient other than 1. Let's take a look at how it works. Like I said, the algorithm is most helpful when solving or factoring polynomials with an a coefficient other than 1. On the side of your paper, you'll see the outline for the algorithm. The first step is going to be identify all the pieces that we've got. So let's go ahead and identify our A, our B, our C, and for the algorithm we're going to need to find AC, which is the A value multiplied by the C value. So for the first problem, A is 6, B is 5, C is negative 4, which makes our AC negative 24. Alright, our next step is to find two factors that when multiplied together equal AC, which in this case is negative 24, and add to equal our B value, which in this case is 5. When looking at the factors of 24, it looks like 8 and negative 3 will be the factors that both multiply to be negative 24 and add to be 5. Moving on to step 3, I'm going to set up two equations. X equals 8 over negative 6 and x equals negative 3 over negative 6. And I found both of those equations by taking my factors and dividing them by negative a, which in this case is negative 6. Alright, this next step is crucial. I must simplify both equations, and if there are any negative signs, they need to be moved to the top. So, this equation simplifies to negative 4 over 3, and our second equation simplifies to 1/2. Alright, our last step to actually find the factors is to solve for 0. Or in other words, get everything on the same side as x. So for our first equation, that means multiplying both sides by 3, and then adding 4. For our second equation, that means multiplying both sides by 2, and then subtracting 1. There you have it, our two factors voila! Let's try it again. Looking down at number 4, I will identify my A value, my B value, my C value, and then lastly AC. For this problem, A is 2, B is 11, C is 14, and AC is 28. Now, two factors which multiply to equal 28 and add to equal 11. Thinking about my factors of 28, it appears that 7 and 4 will both multiply to be 28 and add to be 11. Next step, I set up my two equations. X equals 7 over my negative a and 4 over negative a. Now I simplify. X equals negative 7 over 2. Remember that negative sign always needs to be on top. And x equals negative 2. Now solving for 0. I move 2 to the other side, so 2x equals negative 7. And then I add 7, so 2x plus 7 is one of my factors, and then I simply add 2x to the other side. So my other factor is x plus 2. One last example. By now we should be getting a little bit quicker. I identify my a as 6, my b as -7, and my c as -5. My AC now is -30. All right, I need to find two factors that multiply to equal -30 and add to be -7. When thinking about my factors of 30, 10 and 3 come to mind. So -10 times 3 is 30, and -10 plus 3 is -7. Now I set up my two equations. X equals -10 over -6, and x equals 3 over -6. I simplify, so x equals positive 5/3, and x equals -1/2. Solving for 0, I get 3x minus 5, and I get 2x plus 1. There you have it. There's the algorithm. Now you're capable of factoring any polynomial. Keep this in mind when you have coefficients of a other than 1. Have fun factoring.